Hey guys, it's Moonlander back with another horror movie review, and today we're going to be looking at a new movie available on video on demand called Anonymous 616.
Only God knows everything about you. And yourself, of course.
Nothing going on.
Now, the title was a little off-putting to me, and I don't know what the 616 is referencing, and I did look it up, and I found like a religious news blog that had a story about how in older versions of the Bible, the actual Greek translation of the number of the beast is 616. So I don't know if that's why they chose that number. After watching the movie one time, I didn't catch the 616 connecting to anything else. Now, I will have to say before I get into the review of this movie that look, this movie has terrible cover art. An odd title unless you know that about the number, and it just looks super low budget and probably like it's gonna be a piece of crap. Now, it did have 44 reviews at the time and was sitting at a 4.5 star average customer rating. And now I am willing to take a chance on those numbers. I've been duped plenty of times by reviews on Amazon and on IMDb. So when you watch a movie with a low count, you gotta watch out for that, because the cast and crew or people interested in the success of the movie usually leave reviews that are like really generic, and you can tell they're fake when you start reading them. Now, and this is written and directed by a Mike Boss, who on IMDb it says he won like 5 medals for gymnastics or something when he was 16, and then became a weight trainer and an architect, I believe. And well, he decided to change career paths and wanted to be a director, I guess, and a writer. And this movie, the cast for the most part, they're pretty green as well. So it's a pretty new group of people that worked on this movie. So this Anonymous 616 is about a dude that wakes up with a knife in his back and he's surrounded by dead bodies. I mean, one's got his hands nailed to the wall and there's a nude woman on the couch. After he looks around for a while, he starts having flashbacks about the previous night and what actually happened. And it's goes that it's about him and his girlfriend going to his friend's house. His friend's got a wife and a 12-year-old daughter or fiance. But anyways, they're sitting around the coffee table smoking pot, and the friend that has invited his other friend over pulls out a DMT, or a spirit molecule. And the guy that wakes up and finds all the dead bodies just happens to be a nut job with post-traumatic stress disorder who's about to go on his 4th deployment. And now there's a really great scene where he tells this story about a friend he had and how he got blew up, and it was by a dog, and he was a sucker for dogs. And when he was laying there with half his face blown off, he asked this guy to take care of the dog for him, but little did he know the dog was the bomb. And now this guy says this story all nonchalant, and he's even kind of giggling about it while everybody else is freaked out. So they smoke this spirit molecule, and anyway, when this guy with PTSD comes to after looking at psychedelic effects, which really weren't that bad, I have to say. And anyway, so he comes to and he's walking by a room with a computer monitor on, and somebody starts messaging him.
Oh, hey, Kelly, what's up?
Hi, Jason. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I heard that you're back in town. I thought we might get together to have lunch or so.
Yeah. Hey, can I ask you something?
Sure?
Who knows everything about me?
And now this unknown person or being that's talking to him claims to know everything about him. Everything in his past, all these messed up things he's already done. And he wants this computer character wants this guy to stop denying who he really is, and to be free and to become a god of sorts. And this guy embraces what the computer's saying. And this is how he wakes up in a house full of dead bodies. So the things I liked about Anonymous 616 is this is a bold and creative movie. It takes no budget and acting talent available, and it relies on writing, and it does an amazing job of it. Now, this is a very dark movie, and some audiences will not sit through this. But for me, I love dark movies, and it's because I respect the skill required to actually pull it off. And plus, the stories for dark movies are usually really interesting. I mean, this movie will have you on the edge of your seat, wishing for things, bad things, not to happen, but deep down inside you're secretly wanting them to. And I don't know why. Some reason I wanted this guy to get away with it, and I feel ashamed. But at the same time, I don't know what it was. It was just such an interesting character. You didn't want the story to end. The only things I didn't like about Anonymous 616 is there are definitely times in this movie where you notice the amateur acting. The guy with PTSD's girlfriend, some of her reactions to things that were going on around her were completely unrealistic and pulled you out of the experience a little. And there's some scuffle scenes that you can really see the acting just was not going to carry them out successfully. So my final thoughts on Anonymous 616 is I think this is an amazing independent movie. And I think it's a rare gem, a rare experience you can have. And a pleasant, while unpleasant one at that. And look, if you're a fan of storytelling in any form, you're gonna get some enjoyment out of this one. I think the writing is that good. It's easy enough to overlook some of the acting and just sit back and get kind of blown away by an independent movie, which is about as good as experience as you can get watching movies, in my opinion. But anyway, so I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10, and I highly suggest it. I just warn you that there's some disturbing stuff in this movie that some people aren't gonna want to sit through. This guy's sick and he's a bad dude. And yeah, you get to see it. Alright, you guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.